I waited nearly a month and finally put on my nicest clothes, tied my rope, made my noose, saluted, and sent my final material to Facebook and Google and YouTube. Went down to my breath and my heart, saw through my eyes with input to my brain, and heard shouts in the hall, starving next door, hunger and paranoia behind me now. But can't understand why suddenly there's silence. Why suddenly the silent are the domination. Demands of the house with rooms in a building called Caroline W. Apartments. Now, one door over, west. At about this time every night, I start to hear, start to feel her energy, her witchcraft, and her broom stomping the floor outside of my door. The veteran down the hall kicked, slammed, and banged with the same force she proudly proclaims in her world now. And I said to this Central Intelligence Agency interviewer, I can't salute, I cannot see straight ahead with a counselor with a hijab and 200 pounds and 40 other social followers in the group of crack and meth and some medicine they call marijuana and some pot they call lithium. And I'm sick of the smell their dog makes in the hall they call a service animal. And I'm sick and tired. And I'm not in a home with heat from the bully who calls her prey. The problem now. My connection ended. The CIA said 3 words, and Blue Circle Technology and the United States Space Force, the United States Marine Corps, my friend Ryan, who's a sergeant, they said won't have me to give them their services for quantum communications. And instead, I should look for a home elsewhere where people are free and proud and not afraid to apply to college and help little children be well and healthy and strong and powerful, to avoid abuse, suffering, and the strangulation in Seattle and Capitol Hill in Washington State. I said Om Mani Padme Hum, and then went and sent my application to the United States Army Psychological Operations and Intelligence in Huachuca, Arizona, with all of the evidence collected from the bully who's the counselor social worker from the University of Washington, who's ethnically and dialectically in charge of the population of ethnicity and culture in the city where I reside. And the woman who's got the whole Facebook world planet at her disposal with the electronics button on go. And her attention and her awareness filled with electronic techno from the minute I wake up till the minute I can't sleep, from her banging on my wall, from her hitting the bass, hitting, hitting. And then hit send. It all now. Saluted for the final time now. And listened to the creepiness, the scariness, the hallucinations, it, that, there, them, they, and the women's health hormones go with the waves of the tall, slender man and his dancers and rabbits and cigarettes and booze, and wait for the rainy, cold, damp, and frigid afternoon in the winter now.